So you would expect every company to build out their own standardized Markdown file for their LLM. Is that right?
When you're doing spec programming, um, you should be outlining all the best practices for your tool chain. You should also be outlining not just the best practices for your tool chain, but your coding standards, like how you format code. Um, you should be explaining the rules for how you use your version control system. Um, if you have very specific rules about how you store data, you should be specifying those particular rules. You don't want your LLM generating code, which when it goes through the object relational mapping layer, it, it insists on creating new tables or new indices. Um, that would be bad. Um, Instead, specifying the rules for how it should be creating data or should be creating it all. Um, it should be using the standards that you guys use for, your REST endpoints. If you have a
Right.
decoupled UI, it should not be dumping template files into the controller area. Um, all of these things are things that you can specify. I was joking, it's like when you're onboarding a new developer, these are the things you'd be telling a new developer, right? Like your
Right.
senior, one of your seniors would be sitting there mentoring them for the first 2 weeks. I mean, you watch me do this, I think, at the Fed once or twice. Um, but you sit down with somebody and you explain to them, yeah, um, do it this way. We run things this way. This is the standard we use. Yeah, I know other people do it differently, but this is how we do it. And kind of like if you do it this way, you're going to get a lot more help because people are going to understand what you did.
Right.
Um,
So
and
it's practically you could do this for every project, slightly customized, whether it's a transactional project or a UI heavy project or a legacy project with different standards, right? Or even different languages, right?
yeah, so again, both Claude Code and Gemini have this idea that you can have a root instructions file, like these root context engineering files, and then individual project specific ones.